What's up, camera family? I'm your host, Jara Reeder, and every week we talk photography. Okay, guys, so I had to push this episode up because I really wanted to talk to you guys about weddings. I don't know if I'm at that age now, but weddings, they are everywhere. So many people I know personally are getting engaged or married. And like I said last week, I just booked my fifth wedding, so I'm excited for the future. So tonight, I just wanted to give some tips about planning the schedule for that big day and some tips on how to get the most memorable shots for people's weddings today. All right, so let's just jump into it. Um, so wedding planning, when you're the photographer, size really does matter. You have to, if it's a smaller wedding, let's say a 75 to 150, you kind of have more flexible time on with planning the time schedule. Now, if it's a bigger wedding, you're definitely in a time crunch, and it's just harder trying to get all these people together. One thing you can do is that when you arrive in the morning or late afternoon, a lot of times the bride is still getting ready. So there are times you can get like getting ready shots, but most of the time you're standing around after just a few clicks. And those shots are important, but you can use your time while getting the detail shots like the rings, the bouquet, her dress, some of the actually invitations, more like the detail shots and pictures of the venue as well. And actually, from a blogger, Anna or Amelia said that prepare and gather items for detail shots. The rings, the bouquet, wedding invitations, jewelry, shoes, cufflinks are all gorgeous details and shouldn't be forgotten. And you can find this on her blog at ameliamariephotos.com. So that is a great tip. And actually myself, I ask brides that the night before the wedding if they can put a box together and it has the rings, the invitation. I think they have the bouquets there. There's one time like we're waiting on the flower lady to bring them, but and then also put like the 7 things I think you're supposed to have when you're married, something blue, something borrowed. If they follow that, also put that in the box so that so while they're getting ready, you don't have to bother her. You just take that box and you go and take your detail shots. And lastly, always capture the men last because a lot of times they arrive 30 minutes before they're supposed to be walking down the aisle. So always get the bride done, get her and her bridesmaid shots done. Then lastly, you can hurry up and do the men shots. And also it depends if the bride is wanting to do first look down the aisle, then you can just separately get the bride and her bridesmaids done, the men and the men done, men and the groomsmen done. But if they are doing a first look before the ceremony, then a lot of times you can, if it's a smaller wedding, you can kind of get all of the pictures done, and then after the ceremony, you can just do their portraits so that they have time to be on by themselves. All right, and then my other thing I was wanting to talk about was capturing memorable photographs. So a lot of times, like I said, the first look, it can be either with the groom's, with the groom or with the mother of the bride, father of the bride, or even the groom's mother. It's just something about Canon shots like that I just love. I love getting people's reaction when the first time seeing someone on their big day, and that's always memorable too for bridal people is to see that. And actually, there's an article by Anne Price on brides.com. She said, wedding photos are one of the most important part of the wedding day. So coming up with the must-have wedding photo list should be a high on your wedding planning priorities. There are the memories you'll cherish forever and even look back at the very next day. And then, so the link there it's on brides.com, and it's gallery must have wedding photos, which for photographers, there's a lot of websites out there and just bloggers like this that you can go off that can actually be a bride or a previous photographer, and they can tell you on some of the things that brides nowadays are looking for when they're wanting photos captured. And if you have a bride that is very experienced, she can tell you about what she wants and things like that. But a lot of times it's up to you, and you you take control. So, okay, guys, I think that's my little spill on weddings, but stay tuned for next week. We will discuss more weddings, but this time it's going to be with a videographer's point of view and what they think. So, well, that's all from me. If you like this show, please stick around. Like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel at NWTV7, and don't forget to like this show. Well, if you like this show and me, we meet every Wednesday at 5:30. And I am Jara Reeder, and we talk photography.